Oh, yeah.
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activists.
At Fat Dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat, the lyrics, and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to another episode of Blerd Survival Guide. I'm your co-host, Jeremy.
And I'm your co-host, Jay.
Hey, and it's a new week for Blerd Survival Guide. Yeah.
Show is, brother. How you been?
Man, it's been an interesting weekend, I can tell you that. It's
been a long weekend,
yeah,
man. Like,
we both had some very interesting weekends.
show did, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
But yeah, no, working at the bar, you see some things and some stuff and some things that I will say off podcast, but other than that, some things and some stuff.
Some things and some stuff do be happening at the bars, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but enough about me. How was your weekend?
My weekend was full, man. I had to make a trip to Mobile.
Dang.
Got to spend time with some family, and genuinely spending time with family for an extended period of time at any given point
Can take a lot of a
can
person.
be exhausting. Can be so exhausting.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was a really nice weekend. I got to spend time with some special people, and I'm honestly really happy that it happened.
Cute.
It's keying in, giving me some visions of the future and
Cute.
how things are going to be. So that's good.
Cute.
And that took up the majority of the weekend. And so it's just, now I'm just trying to recover from it, honestly.
Easing into the week.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Indeedly.
That's a fact.
Indeedly.
It was a Monday, after all.
I mean, it was a dreary Monday, no doubt.
Ooh.
That Alabama weather.
Ooh.
We can wait 5 minutes. It'll get better.
Oof.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was everybody else?
Yeah, we got the whole team, of course. Ryan in the background.
What up?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
How you be?
I'm good.
What you do?
We had a show at Avondale this weekend with the Vagabonds and Supper Club and Woms from Future Birds and Transistor and Happy Landing.
I have no clue who any of those people are.
Those are words.
Those are groups.
I know some of them.
Yeah,
I know
they're
Vagabond.
cool.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Vagabonds put on a great show.
I think I've heard of Vagabonds. I don't know how.
Probably.
They've been around for a minute.
Yeah,
they're
I
from
probably
Auburn.
played something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're drummers from Birmingham, so
Okay.
you've definitely heard them on the radio.
Okay.
Cool. But it was a cool show.
Love that. Love Avondale.
Yeah, and we've got it. Like, I'm spending basically all month at Avondale, and it's great.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's
we've
a
got
solid
show there.
venue.
I'm working the shows there this weekend.
What's this
which is
weekend, or
cool.
can you not tell us?
It's Mason Music Fest with Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors and the Brook and the Bluff.
Brook in the Bluff. Shout out Brook in the Bluff. I went to high school with most of those guys.
Fascinating.
You know my friend Anna? Her brother is Anna Bolton.
Yeah.
Yeah, her brother is in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
They're solid guys. They're good guys.
And then the week after that, my production company is putting on a festival.
Hell yeah.
So
Is it the same one?
No, it's a different one. It's called Deeps Days. It's with the band CBDB.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who are a jam band from Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Insanely good musicians.
They are. They are. I've heard them.
It's going to be a crazy show. It's actually their last show. So it's going to be a little emotional. But
Like ever?
Cool. Yeah, they're going on a hiatus.
Wow.
So come. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to be out there
When is it?
running
This
video.
weekend?
It's August 19th and 20th.
I might be
Depends
able
on
to do
where
that,
we
actually.
depends on where we all may be.
Cool.
Yeah,
those-
so if
Very
you're here
cool.
in
Oh, so it's a
Birmingham,
2-day thing for them.
it's 2 days.
Are they headlining both days?
No, so the day one is this band called Brass Against.
Uh-huh.
They're very good. They're a cover band. They're like a massive cover band, but they do like rock covers with horns.
Is it like Rise Against, but Brass Against?
Yes,
I like that.
it's cool.
Fascinating.
Yeah, they're really good.
They got horns.
I love horns.
Yep.
It's gonna be a cool time, and CBDB's playing like right before them. We're putting 2 stages out there. So
fun!
There's like
Still
the
at Avondale?
big stage, yeah, and then in the back of the yard at Avondale, we're putting a smaller stage.
Cool.
Yeah, we're putting like an art piece out there as well.
I'm interested to see how they don't like. I bet you could like stand out there and see both.
Just turn around.
Yeah.
that's
Just like
the-
hear
yeah.
both at one
Stand in
time.
the middle.
if you
That's the
want
Point.
to.
Yep. It'll be just walking back and forth. We're just kind of picking a spot and figuring out who you want to see and get
That's
close
so
to.
easy.
Yeah.
Love that. Beats trudging along like we did at Buku.
Speaking
R.I.P.
of,
It's like it's gonna be.
R.I.P.
It's the smaller version of what they do at Hangout, basically, with the surf stage.
Yeah,
because
because
Oh,
it is
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
they are right across from each
But
other.
they run parallel or
No, they are
perpendicular.
directly across.
Oh.
Like how I'm sitting across from you, you'd be the Hangout stage, and then I'm the surf stage. And then you just walk across the beach. It's like
Get to take a few
half
hundred
mile
beach.
in between.
A lot of people, if they see that, they'd be like, "Well, I'm going to hear the bleed from the music, but it doesn't really work that way, right?"
There's no bleed, basically. Like, and
it
all
just
of
makes
the,
like a wall.
it's the distance is far enough, and you're outside, like in a wide open area.
Yeah.
So sound doesn't have anywhere.
Else to.
It's not being directed, so it just goes out into
Right.
the abyss.
Oh.
So by the time you get like at the surf stage, it's loud and it's bumping. But if you're at the hangout stage, you might hear it a little bit.
But
Feel
you're
the
not gonna
bass
hear
maybe.
But not
anything.
if you're like
not even that really. Like you'll get that from like the boom stage or the boom boom tent where you'll be able to feel like somebody
Sure.
pumping things, and you'll be able to feel that from like the main stage. Because I do put a ton of
Right.
subs out there for the main stage.
right.
But it's cool.
Yeah, sounds dope, man.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
And so it'll just be bands on like either one. There's 5 bands the first day,
oh wow,
and then like 10 on day 2.
Full day.
wow.
Because it probably
Yeah.
starts late Friday.
It's 5 o'clock on Friday is when it starts, and then it is 1 or noon on Saturday.
Makes sense to
But
me.
yeah, I'll be out there running video on one and or both of the stages.
Oh crap.
So
Wow.
that
Well,
is
you're
to be
gonna-
determined. But yeah,
I'm hoping for one for you, bud.
I will definitely be on one of the stages.
Yes.
We're just still planning. So I don't know if we're gonna do both, but we're doing like it's gonna be a pretty cool little
Heck yeah.
video wall and a bunch of panels, and we're gonna get a little abstract with it. It'll be cool.
Nice.
You got some fun plans for it, sounds like.
Yeah.
Miriam, how are you?
I'm just vibing. Kind of migraine all day, so you know.
Oh.
That
I'm so
type of
sorry.
weather. Busy weekend. I'll do that. But yeah, I'm happy to be having this conversation today.
Yeah.
which
what
let's
conversation
get
we're
into it.
It took us long enough.
Yeah. Tell us what we're
Inappropriate.
talking about.
We're talking about the Disney Plus MCU short series, right?
Limited series, yeah.
Limited series, Miss Marvel.
Hey.
Yeah. Very excited to get
We
into
made
it. This is like the full comic that I have read.
Right.
So it's nice. It's really cool to get that first, TV show representation of the comic that I love. That's exciting.
So we got an in-house expert.
I mean,
yeah, I'd say that you're
Sure.
at least culturally and, well, not maybe culturally,
Comic bookly.
comic
bookly.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I think the big thing about this show is that it is like one of the most diverse shows that Marvel has ever come out with. And
I
then
mean, with that and Moon Knight came out right before it. So,
Yeah.
you got to wonder,
Still.
but like, there's not much like cultural relevance within Moon Knight. I felt like,
it's specific. It's Egyptian culture.
yeah, but like you
But-
don't see like them like living in Egyptian culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no like
Yeah.
everyday like life of the
Mhm.
traditional Egyptian family like you see
Yeah.
in Mrs.
I mean,
Marvel.
it's such on like Egyptian / Jewish culture in Moon Knight.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
Spector or Yeah, Mark is the main.
Yes.
He's Jewish. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think I knew that. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, Miss Marvel dives into, not just Pakistani culture, but also like Muslim culture as a whole, which makes up millions of other different cultures within that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like in New Jersey, which has such a large saturated Muslim population.
So that's real deal.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
not
real
just-
deal.
Not just in Miss Marvel and Jersey City.
No, that in Jersey City there is a saturated community,
I
a
watched
Muslim community.
a documentary about the Muslim community in New Jersey, and they're talking about it like it's, like in Alabama, how there's a church on every corner.
Right.
There's a masjid or a mosque on like every corner in those like, communities. It's very much like that, as opposed to a Bible Belt. It's like a Quran corridor.
Ha!
Oh my gosh.
I knew it. I was gonna say what's it gonna find for Bible Belt? What's it gonna do?
What's the pun there?
Corridor.
Oh man. But it's nice to see, really, for one of the first times ever, especially in a Disney / Marvel, the representation, a positive representation of a Muslim household in a family where mom and dad are, they're strict in the sense that they have their beliefs and they want the best for their daughter,
Sure.
like every parent does.
Right.
But they also are so supportive, and there are such beautiful, touching, like inner childhood curing moments between Kamala and her parents and her brother
Is this
and
your
her
content?
friends. Yes, for sure. It 100% is. It's like, it's the
really?
first
That's
time I'm seeing a hijabi woman talk about how she feels empowered by wearing her scarf, and it made her realize that she can't do things for people, which is her friend is
Right. And you were talking to me about how like that you really related more to her friend.
I did,
Nakia.
yeah, to Nakia. Well, and I mean, there's a lot of things about Kamala that I relate to as well,
True.
but Nakia and her choosing to wear her scarf, like, that is something that I can relate to, and it's the first time that I've gotten that representation in media positively, and so it's like, oh, I get it. Like, I get what everybody else has been feeling, like, over the last couple of years.
Like when we watched Black Panther.
Like when Black Panther came out. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I can appreciate it for that, but also for how beautiful it is. But this is like, damn, like, that's little me, and that's really cool.
Well, I mean, like when we think about like Disney and like the history of Disney's and their propensity toward poor representation and racism.
They
Yeah.
learned.
I mean, it seems like we're at this like awesome growing period through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I feel like it's spawned because of that.
Well, actually, and also where we are finally getting the people who represent those communities to actually tell their own
Bro,
stories.
that part.
So that's the biggest factor there is it's going to be positive when it's the people whose story it actually is telling the story.
The executive producer of Miss Marvel was the creator of the comic book, Bisha K. Ali. And then like multiple episodes were done by the directing team, Adil and Bilal, whoever directed like Bad Boys 3. They directed, like I said, a couple of these episodes. They did direct the Batgirl movie before all the HBO nonsense happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
What a moment.
I think they directed
I'm
something
so
else.
mad that they're doing that. Like I was actually, how you create a whole show and then decide not to
Whole movie, yeah.
let it out and then like use it as like a tax write-off of all things. Like
write-off.
you get like what you know,
Ryan's got
Ryan,
some
Ryan,
words.
what you got?
The Flash is still coming
The
out.
Flash, that's the thing. The Flash is still happening because it's a theatrical release.
And this
it's
man
been-
got charged with
Today.
felony burglary
Monday.
today.
Monday when we're recording.
Monday,
Ezra Miller.
August
Ezra
8th.
Miller.
Oh, you're talking about the sorry.
That's
Grant
what I said,
Gustin's
too.
Flash is also still making like a final thing.
Yeah, they're on their final season.
But
They
you're
just
talking
announced
about
that.
the
movie.
The
That's-
movie, The
movie.
Flash.
That's the exact same reaction I had. Wait, Batgirl was going to be a show?
No, it's going to be a movie.
movie
I didn't know.
Yeah.
with Leslie Grace from
Yeah.
The
From
Nice.
In Heights.
Yeah.
and everybody was really stoked for it.
She's talented.
It's also like it's a Latinx story, right?
Right.
Like,
This also does not bode well for
HBO
DC. Like,
Yeah.
WB.
that's a whole other conversation, but the whole Ray Park situation is still very relevant.
The guy who plays Cyborg.
Very much so. Very much so. Like how they treated that,
And how they just
and now how they're still releasing Flash because they know it's a cash grab. Like you know it is.
Anyway,
Nobody's gonna see it.
Kamala.
But yeah, back to our main point, like something that's
Hey.
good in the DC or in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is ironic because it's exactly like DC versus Marvel in this case.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, overall reactions. So, I mean, let's get a crowd reaction, except for Ryan, because he only saw 1.5 episodes. Yeah, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, mister.
I've been busy. I'm sorry.
respect.
No
that.
worries.
Make time. Okay.
Listen, if I can watch,
No, watch it when you can take the time to
If I can
appreciate
watch
it.
587 episodes of One Piece, you can watch 6 episodes of Miss Marvel.
You want to talk about watching 570 episodes of One Piece?
no, we can't.
We already did that. We already did that
Right
episode.
there, that was last week. That was last week.
You had your chance.
So,
This is my time.
1027.
I reclaim my time.
This is Miriam's turn. All right, but no, overall reactions. I mean, you want to start? Miriam, you want to start?
No, I want y'all to go first.
Okay. Jay, you want to start?
Well, I get to the pleasure of watching it as a convert, as well as like as a person that loves genuine representation. I also have the pleasure of watching it with a partner who can inform me of like the genuination, like how genuine it actually is. And so, I mean, you know, I give it, as far as, if I think that Falcon Winter Soldier is a 10 out of 10, I give it like a 8.5 out of 10.
Word.
On the scale, and I only take away like a 1.5 in large part because of the rewriting of her power set, and like we get like just for I get what they're having to do for the cinematic universe. I love what they ended up going with it at the end of the day, but if it's not fully comic book accurate, that kind of just irks me to a certain degree, where I'm just like, why can't we just have nice things?
I get it. I mean, and that kind of goes into like my overall reaction. I mean, I enjoyed it through and through. I mean, even somebody who doesn't fully understand the Muslim culture, thankfully I do have Miriam and I do have you now as a convert, and I get to ask these questions and get to fully understand more about the culture. It was an overall great show. I mean, it also being a high school coming of age show that everyone was complaining about, it was still, I mean, it had all of those elements, but but at an MCU scale, it was dope. It was a good show, like much better than these CW shows that we've had and
Truly
are slowly going away. Finally.
I mean, like, they drive him into the ground, bro.
But I mean,
they
like,
just drive him into the ground.
Yeah, but
Get a teenager to play a teenager?
Bro.
Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking. I love the elements of like the comic book in the actual TV show, kind of like how we saw in what's it called? One of the only good DC things that came out, the Suicide Squad.
oh yeah,
And like
The Suicide Squad.
Specifics like that. I think the elements in that where they would like relay messages and like they would pop up
them
within
text
the text and
messages
everything.
Text messages.
Like those are
yeah.
really dope. And like you also see them
Cinema.
like you see them as like graffiti on the wall, and
Cinema.
like that's super freaking dope to me.
Art.
Love that. Love all that part. Like
yeah, but when you go back to the power changes, the changes of her power set. I mean, I have to disagree with you on that. Like, I do enjoy that they changed it, and I mean, they changed it because we are in the process of getting the Fantastic Four, and people didn't want, and we didn't want Kevin Feige. I'm pretty sure, like, the man has a third eye that goes 50 years into the future. He knew people were going to start comparing Kamala to Mr. Fantastic and having stretchy powers, and they're going to be like, "Oh, she can do the same thing Mr. Fantastic can do." Da da da. It's like, no, if we change it to make her the Green Lantern of Marvel, it actually might bode well, which I think it actually did overall.
I agree. I think the comic books are great in the way that the story there goes, but like everything with MCU, they take their liberties, and I think of all the liberties they could have taken, this was a good one to take. Like, you could have sacrificed a lot more, and I'm glad that they didn't, specifically around her culture, her relationship with her parents. Like,
Sure.
that was one of my favorite things in the comics, was her relationship with her parents.
That's another thing I liked about it. The show, like, comparing it to the comics, it actually ripped out pages of the comics. Like,
no doubt.
Yeah.
You see, literally in the first episode when she's walking down the stairs and you see Dad joking with the brother about him praying, and it's like, if you pray every day, you're gonna like lose all your faith and whatever. And it's like, and he said, may Allah, what's his?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, may Allah bless you forever and ever. And it's like, this is literally word for word.
Word for word
From the
comic
comic,
book.
yeah.
It was always great. It's great to see those memes as the show's coming out, like where you see the page for page, the shot for
You
shot.
see live action, it's like,
Yeah,
oh my God,
that was dope. That was
Yeah.
super dope. Dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that Miriam, what's your?
Like from the first episode, I was like, just beaming with joy of like how much they kept from the comic, but also just like seeing it on the screen. I mean, for me, it was probably a 9.5.
Yeah.
I think some of the episodes were a bit slow, and when you only have so many, like, I'm gonna need.
That's what I'm wondering. What you feel about, and you too, Jeremy, like the pacing. Because this is the curse of like Marvel limited series,
Yeah.
right? Like the pacing is always something to be said. Something.
There are times where slow pacing is necessary,
Sure.
and the episode where she goes back in time and she's at the at the train station when everybody is fleeing, like that episode is worth taking a beat on, right? Like
they take a couple episodes to get through that.
They do. They take 2, and those make sense. But leading up to it, there was, I guess it was the 3rd episode that
I got notes.
I mean, are you talking about when they get to in India? They're in India.
Pakistan.
No, they go to Pakistan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So like
Karachi, that's the name of it.
when they get there, do you feel like? So you're telling me you feel like it was a bit slower than it needed to be?
That in the 3rd episode, I mean, and I got, like I said in my notes, like in the 3rd episode when Kamran's mom is explaining that they're the clandestine in the gin.
Yeah.
And it's like they went from the living room with the whole group talking about it. And it's like, all right, let me take you to this other room and I can actually tell you
more about it. They wasted a lot of time with them.
Yeah.
They could have just.
I do say that the way that they switched up on Kamala so quick
that
bothered me. I was like, they switched up.
Her and Kamran at the end too.
Yeah, Kamran.
Like, the switch up was
my
like,
mom died. Oh, I'm gonna be evil now.
Yeah,
We could have taken our time a bit more.
It was so sudden. I'm like, give me like one more plot point. Give me one more like plot point
before you switch it up real fast.
Yeah, because like she got real mad, like impatient, real quick.
And we were
about,
all
like Kamala would have helped. Kamala would have helped them out just fine.
And actually, that's what I'm gonna. It's like, why is the trope of kill because we're desperate to accomplish a goal such a staple of villainy?
Right.
That's what it was. It's like I'm desperate to get home. That was their main for the clandestine / Jin. Their main goal was to get back home, only to find out when Papa Khan was talking to Bruno in Circle Q, the Jin, like those specific Jin were actually exiled.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I get from watching and taking notes. But they were like those specific. The clandestine were actually exiled, and
so they were never going to go home.
Yeah, that's why they. Actually,
and that's why they wanted to take over. They end up taking over the Earth realm with their.
Yeah, they wanted to do that. / they wanted. That's when they were trying to get home, and like when you see them actually go to that portal and they all disintegrate.
Because they were banned.
They thought that with her family's bangle, that they could trick it to get through. But it didn't matter because Kamala was wearing the band. And
her aunt, her great grandmother knew. She was like, "We can't go back. Like I know we can't go back."
Aisha made a life, and she was like, "I'm good.
I'm here.
I'm doing it.
Yep.
Like, this is what my job is now. Start a family."
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. I think we kind of tackled it, but like the representation question is something that that's always something there. But what's your question?
I got multiple.
Oh.
Start from episode 1.
Oh my goodness. He got notes. He prepared.
I did.
Good.
I'm glad.
Let me see. We talked about that.
There's a lot in the show.
Episode 1 do you think there was, and this is the question for the room, were there any deeper reasons why Ami didn't want Kamala to have the bangle in the first place?
Yes.
What do you think?
I mean, generational trauma.
The shame. There's the shame element that she feels.
100%. And the big picture answer is generational trauma. Like she was so traumatized by her mother, being so hooked on the fact that the magic existed and that her family had it. And for her, she was a young girl when this happened and she experienced her mother dying, Kamala saving her. Spoilers if you haven't watched it already. That's your fault.
Ryan.
But
she's like, leave me alone.
Anyway, and then her Kamala's grandmother ended up doing the exact same thing to her mom, unintentionally, of course. And they have their beautiful moment of
It's a very
you know,
healing, powerful moment.
very-
Like when they see their granddaughter,
which doesn't happen a lot in Arab and in Muslim Muslim cultures and in Muslim families.
I mean,
so
these are
it's
like,
nice to see.
I mean, shoot. Let's be real. Like the letting go of your child trope within like non-American families is very much so a real thing, because like they can't, like it's just like that familial like connection is so entrenched and like can be very toxic.
Well, and Kamala's mom got out, right? Like she ran away. She got married and followed the man to America and left her family behind, and also her trauma. So she thought until she had a daughter who was exactly like she was
Exactly
at
like
that
too.
and exactly like grandma, right? And then she therefore like wants to,
Save her from herself.
knock her out of that.
Yeah.
That I'm free, I'm independent. I, want to break the curse,
Break the
essentially.
bonds.
Break the family, break the family curse. And her mom was like that. So I think her not wanting the bangle was selfish,
It was
just as much as it was like to protect Kamala. It was
Cool.
if you have this bangle, it opens a lot of doors.
Yeah.
For her and for the mom.
And just for also the universe.
Facts. Big fact. Literally.
All right,
Big fact.
another representation question. This is for the whole room again. Well, specifically, Miriam, have you been told questions of? I mean, not questions. Have you been told stories of the Jinn growing up?
No, it wasn't really talked about in my household. Like, I knew what they were. I was taught what they were.
Right. You learned what they were in school.
In school, yeah. And it's like, I was taught at a very young age that like that's just not something you interact with. Like they're there, we know they're there, and if you interact with them, nothing good will come from it. Okay. So like everybody has a jinn twin, which is not something that they go into in the show, but like Islamically,
was like, are there different types of jinn? And I said there's jinn twins.
It's
yeah,
like us.
So they're not inside of you. No, they exist on a plane.
The movie Us.
Oh, like Us. Yeah, kind of. I think we talked about that when we watched it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
But yeah, they exist in a similar plane, and everybody's jinn twin is the opposite of what they are.
So anti-fairies from fairies.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Or well, I guess it's not like quite like it, but in Rick and Morty,
the toxic episode where you took that
the toxic Rick and toxic Morty.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so like, and every culture has their own tales. So like, Iranians have different than what Saudis do, and Turkish, even the Turks have different. So like
Arabic people, they have. I mean, they're genies, of course, with Aladdin and 1001 Arabian Nights.
That is far stretched.
I know, that's my knowledge.
It is like it originates from that for sure. But
cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then last question, and Ryan, you can answer this one too. How would you feel if you got trapped in the middle of one of the most important parts of your country's history? So like partition for Pakistan. I know for us, for the black folks.
Oh man,
if we were stuck
absolutely not.
Because Jay and I are currently reading a book called
Kindred
by
Octavius Butler. And bro, if you like to read, it's a really good book.
Quick synopsis, and not even spoiling anything. She has the power to travel back in time, not on her own will, but specifically to like slavery times, because she's connected to one of her ancestors,
who is a slave owner.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
So, like I said, how would you feel if you were trapped in the middle of one of the most important parts of your country's history? I know with us being black, we have multiple places to choose from.
I don't think I'm making it out if we go back in time past 1985.
You mean 1885?
Before 1985, just any time before that.
60s. So you're not living through the 70s?
Absolutely not. I'm glad. I am good where I am.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Travel to the future. What you mean?
For sure.
I'm gonna go back.
For
sure. No, I'm not. I'm not about it. Like, bro, as a biracial person, I'm struggling. Like, I might be a house slave, but I'm struggling.
Oh, everybody. Yeah. I mean, we read Dana was a house slave.
Yep.
She was there.
That's one of the characters in the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good though.
It's a good story. It's a cool story.
I'm sure it is. But I would like to.
But no, I would. No, man. Would you try to survive?
If I had no choice, yes.
Well, I mean, you always have a choice
to survive.
Yeah, or not.
Yes, because death scares me. But
big facts. All right.
But I mean, if death is literally the only option in the situation, I'm gonna have to take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Miriam, was there any big things that happened in Turkey?
Oh yeah, the whole Ottoman Empire.
You're
right. History. Yep.
The whole Ottoman Empire, from birth to end.
Yep.
Like
the world's biggest empire ever.
Yeah.
Look, your boy does not like history. He likes art and English.
I wish y'all could have seen Ryan.
Leave me be.
Ryan.
Forgot about the Ottoman Empire.
You know, like Alexander the Great, and you know,
My dad's named after the guy who founded the Ottoman Empire,
Osman.
Osman.
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, guys. It's okay. Not a hit.
1299.
We don't hold it
bitch.
against you.
That was when the Ottoman Empire was founded. Yeah, the fall of the Ottoman Empire. Damn, it was
did a
rough
lot.
for
It
Muslims.
did a lot.
It was hard out there.
And yeah, that would be crazy.
I don't. My great grandparents. So fun fact:
Witnessed the fall.
Tunagur is a made up name because after the Ottoman Empire fell and Muslims were banned from practicing their religion in Turkey, you had to like get rid of any Muslim name.
Oh man.
So my great grandmother, who was widowed and had a bunch of children, named us after the river Tunis, which is a river in Turkey, and then Gur is like the last. I think it means last symbol or something of a king, something about a king. So that's where our last name came from.
That's fun. I didn't know that about your name.
So anybody with the last name Tunagur or Tunagur is directly is.
I mean, there ain't nobody
there
else.
ain't nobody else. We're family. Like,
No doubt.
yeah.
All right, any River Kings?
Have you ever ran into a random Tunagur? I'm curious.
No, we know them all.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah. Anywho,
It's not like I just be running into Williamses, you know, and it's just like
I feel like if my great grandmother could survive, I can survive. So
you know.
Yeah, there you go.
Heck yeah.
I'm named after her daughter. So, who raised my
I ain't
grandfather?
Scott.
Scott?
I don't know that many Scots.
I know Johnny Scott, Jeremy Scott,
Yeah, the famous Jeremy Scott who does shoes.
the famous
for Adidas.
there's the famous Jeremy Scott.
No relation.
Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Scott. I don't know. I'm just making up names.
I'm drawing a blank. So
Yeah, that's the depth of my knowledge. I might be related to
Kendra Scott.
I got yeah. Venus Williams, Serena Williams, you know.
there's a
I
lot.
was
Of
Scott.
You just got me thinking about names now.
Entomology.
But we digress.
Right.
Yes.
I believe so the
Anyway,
next
let me see if I have any more
What?
representation questions. For
Oh,
you.
this man
Hold on.
is
I had questions.
I'm proud of you.
I literally
I love it.
We
you
are
know how
running
much
the
I love
gamut
it when you
on
prepare.
preparedness today.
He was treating me like a guest, and I appreciate it.
I love it when he prepares.
It's nice.
The most prepared. That's why he's in front of the camera. The least prepared. That's why I'm in the corner.
Respectness.
Word. All right. Let's see. Well, last one, and I mean it's kind of a easy question, but not really.
Just ask it.
Mosque etiquette, was it accurate in the
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Like-
we talk about
Kamala,
it.
Kamala and Nakia getting there and
Laughably so. Like we had a whole conversation at the dinner table with my parents about it because they hadn't heard of the show and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And,
It
like
was so funny.
the tiny women's section in the back with
Right.
with the
All crouched in together.
dividers.
And they're
Yeah.
all talking, and
And they're all talking, and it was very accurate.
Which I mean, that
yes.
conversation between Jay taught me the word today, Iman.
The imam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Imam. Yeah. So the conversation between Imam and Kamala was actually pulled from the comic book as well.
Yeah, it was
it's
that
like,
whole. Well, most of the scenes inside the mosque are like pulled from the comic, which is cool.
Man, the scenes inside the mosques are always like so cool to me because like there's
When they're hiding out in the mosque.
when they're
oh,
hiding
See,
out,
Nakia's boyfriend.
when the
Yes.
when the police force or the whatever
the damage control.
Damage
damage
control.
control rolls up
Yeah.
in there, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We got to protect our own." You know, we know how y'all treat
It was
us.
funny when like she rolled in the second time. It was like, all right, I need to see everybody's ID.
And everyone just like cranks them out like
Real quick.
We know the drill. We know the drill.
My favorite part is when Bruno and
Kamran.
Kamran, leave after hiding in the mosque, and he's wearing a halal and a not halal hat. It's like
Halal and haram.
Yeah, halal and haram.
And they didn't have to do my boy
Bruno.
My boy Bruno like that.
I just want to know, they just keep a stock of those inside the mosque?
So halal means that it is it's acceptable, it's good, it's religiously
halal is
okay.
kind of like kosher.
Yeah, kind of like kosher.
And then haram is like it's
sinful.
forbidden.
Yeah.
It's sinful. Yeah.
And they had
Which one was wearing a haram one?
you know
Bruno.
Bruno,
The non-Muslim.
The non-Muslim.
Hey, shout out to Bruno though. He is that friend that
He's
is
an
like
OG.
True ally.
Yeah.
True ally. This
True
man
ally.
was going to eat.
Oh,
This
yeah.
man was celebrating with the fam.
Yeah.
That's who I related with the most.
When you get leftovers from mom, that's when you know. When she got them ready to
yeah.
go
Bruh,
for you,
bruh.
that's when you
that so
know.
fast?
She had it stacked up
Right.
for him. She knew.
She had-
She
she knew.
The
She-
actor who played Bruno was actually one of the final actors in the running to play Spider-Man.
What?
It was between him, Tom
Holland.
Holland, and Asa Butterfield.
That would have been a very different Spider-Man.
Of those three, there is a very clear best choice.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
The one who's already Spider-Man. What you mean?
I was gonna say Asa, but I'm kidding. I'm fully joking.
You gonna get some fighting words?
I'm fully joking.
Jeremy's about to pull out the tattoo.
Turn this into a...
Go Web, go!
Go Web. Fly.
Go.
We watched the original Spider-Man the other night.
Watch the first two.
The campiness of it.
They're all on Netflix now. And it's
Yeah.
just it's
The
so
campiness
good.
They're
of
so
all three of those.
dark. They're
That's
so dark.
So good.
Well, because it was coming off the reins of Blade.
right.
Yo, do y'all realize?
X-Men.
All I know is
And a Hellboy.
all I know is the fashion today is the fashion of that movie.
Yeah, it's
So
called
true.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just throws me off. Throws
I
me
mean,
off.
Gen Z, their fashion now is basically early 2000s fashion.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's back.
Yep.
It's back.
I didn't know we could repeat history so fast, but we
Nope.
I mean, fashion at least usually takes like a solid loop.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one was quick. But what were some of y'all's favorite
did.
moments?
Say what Miriam already kind of started the whole shebang with favorite
I
moments,
mean,
which,
bring up anything, and it's my favorite moment.
the racist white lady being racist. That was your favorite moment.
It was funny.
I literally put that like in my notes. I put it at least 5 times. I was like, "Here, racist white lady being racist."
Over and over and over again.
Please remind me.
When she was it was like the first time when she was like at the school and it was just like, oh no, when they were interrogating and she was just like, and she was named when they were interrogating Zoe. And they were naming off like different ethnicities. It was like, oh no, it's one of your friends with the same red hair and white skin. Oh, maybe she was Latin. No, she was like, maybe she's Latina. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all say Latinx now, and then stuff like that. Yeah, she was racist white.
Why don't I guess I blocked her out. I'll be honest with you.
That's how bad she was. She
warden.
was good at being
The
racist.
warden?
From Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, she was on Damage
Every time
Control.
she was on screen,
Yeah,
she was
She was
racist.
on Damage Control. Yeah, no, she was awful. She was the worst.
I even put, it was during the interrogation scene. It was like the racism is rampant around these parts.
Bro, 10 out of 10 though. Like my favorite moment has to be the engorge.
Embiggen.
Embiggen.
The embiggen at the end. Like you
I
finally.
just love like these MCU moments though, where it's like you're supposed to be screaming these words out in this whisper. You got Avengers assemble.
True.
And then you got I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be like usually in the comics, and I mean it was in the Avengers game. She
Yep.
yells "Embiggen" like "Embiggen,"
And then
like,
she
the first time we
just-
see it on in MCU is "Embiggen."
Yeah. Bro, but I was so hyped. Like that the fight scene, bro, also how they managed to use the power of social media and
Power of
like
friendship and
and
TikTok.
French, yeah, bro. Like
That was dope.
that plan that
It was
they put
Home Alone
together
meets
was,
TikTok
bruh.
Meets Dear Evan
Power
Hansen.
friendship.
really though.
Funny
Bro-
outside, I was looking in.
Yeah, man. Like their plan
You were not alone.
literally though, like straight up.
Straight up from the movie too.
Cuz like they had like the TikTok scenes that they would come
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
We watched the movie finally.
I haven't yet.
Really?
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope. It was too bad for me to watch. Like I still haven't seen West Side Story, but that's a whole. other issue.
I personally enjoyed it. Like
West Side
Mary,
Story or Dear Evan Hansen?
Dear Evan Hansen.
Okay,
It was good for a Dear Evan Hansen movie.
I'll give it a try. Where's it on?
They CGI'd the crap out of
HBO.
Benji. I know that much.
No, they did not.
I feel like they did.
No. He made himself look like that.
He's a weird looking dude.
Yeah, wow.
Love you.
He looks better as a college student from Pitch Perfect 1.
Wow, like he just lost like some weird weight in some weird places.
Can't be a 38-year-old man paying a 15-year-old.
I don't know why, but the way you just sounded reminded me of Joker. Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? I was thinking about that today. I was like, I love Ryan. He reminds me of
That's
this
such a great scene.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? Molocon. Woo!
I just keep hearing you say it over and over in my head.
Oh man. Favorite moments I should say for me. Well, let me episode 1.
When she like starts to walk, that was dope.
I'd say the first time that she like
It throws
when she like saved Homegirl.
Okay, that was not a favorite
That was
moment,
really
but
cool.
that is a MCU physics moment that I have an issue with. Zoe should have died when she got hit by Mjolnir, that big Mjolnir,
Oh yeah.
and started swinging. She should have died, or at least broken a few bones and ribs.
I can respect that part. I don't know about
But
die.
if the MCU can be 616, physics don't matter.
Say that one more time.
It's Kevin Feige is saying that the main continuity of the MCU is 616, but before
meaning what?
Like
what?
Like the
The
comics book,
multiverse.
like the main comic book, like the main Marvel like storylines take place in the 616 universe.
Okay.
MCU originally took place in universe 19999.
All right.
And that's even what Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan, said. Like
All
because
right.
that's what Kevin Feige said back at the beginning of MCU.
But
All right.
now he's like, no, this is 616.
When
And we're
Multiverse
like,
Madness came out, he was just like, "No, this is the main universe. Well, this is 616."
we could have gone to. He could be saying that the universe that they went to was 616.
After
Right.
Multiverse of Madness.
Like in multiverse
Well,
with
even
the
in it,
Illuminati. He could have been like that 616, and that would have been fine. But he was like, no, the main MCU
Fascinating.
continuity is 616.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually, Iman Vellani and
I
Kevin
guess
Feige
he
have
gets
got
to
into
do
like
that,
heated
right? Like, I
arguments.
mean, that's just like
yes
something-
and no.
Yeah, not really. Because the comics are going to continue on doing separate stories.
Sure.
As 616.
So you can't say Star-Lord in like someone can't reference Star-Lord in the comics and say, "Hey, you look just like this Earth actor named Chris Pratt."
Right.
Unless we get like another like Ultimates level reboot of the entire the entire property, the comics universe is going to stay 616.
Do we feel like that Deadpool could possibly impact that? Because
He
like,
definitely will.
Yeah.
because
That's
like
probably going to be how they
do it all, bring
reset
it all
everything,
together,
yeah.
right? Like, because that's just what I'm thinking of.
I'm banking on him coming into one of these Avengers
mean,
movies,
we're
either
fi-
Kang
I mean,
Dynasty or Secret Wars.
I mean, we're filming,
He's
Deadpool
training
3.
right now.
or we're getting ready to.
Boy's
Yeah.
being
They- I mean, they
swole, too.
Yeah.
They're currently writing Deadpool 3 as well with like the same guy who wrote Loki and Rick and Morty. Like he's the same guy. On top of the director being the same guy that's worked with Ryan Reynolds for like
I'm wondering,
all these past
and I
movies.
kind of think
Free
this
Guy
is
and
like a
everything.
segue into like our final like part of the conversation in a weird way. Is like, I'm wondering like how Deadpool is going to impact like the future of the MCU.
He gonna be the new Stan Lee, even though they're doing this whole little CGI holograph thing with Stan Lee.
Yeah, they are. They did say that they were going to do that. He gave
Yeah.
permission to do that.
The family did.
Yeah.
Because both husband and wife are no longer with us.
I don't think he's gonna have like that much of an impact on the MCU as the MCU, but I think he's going to be like an active member of that roster because there's too many things that they can do with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I
even-
wonder if I feel like he's going to be a part of that fourth wall break thing that we keep seeing about.
Yes.
Like,
Oh,
seeing
yeah, that whole
things
theory.
about,
And I shared
like-
that TikTok thing with all of y'all. And there's a TikTok for the listeners if you haven't seen it yet, where it's explaining if you've seen so far in Marvel Phase 4, not in all of the TV shows, but in TV shows and movies, but a good portion of them. I mean, including WandaVision, of course, and Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness, with She-Hulk coming out, and it was one other thing I can't remember. But there's specific scenes and points in those movies and TV shows where characters are looking at the camera, and this is the character as their character, not the actor or actress messing up and like staring directly at the camera or anything. And it's most blatantly in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, where you see Wanda washing dishes. All of a sudden, she just stares down into your soul while she's washing dishes. That scared the hell out of me. I'm still freaking out about that. But yeah, there's a theory that like there's somebody that's watching all of this happened during
Like
Phase
the-
4. So
like
it could
the
be
Watcher.
The Watcher, or it could be Deadpool, which is.
I think it's
something
the
what
Watcher.
A lot of people think it's Watcher. It's
I
gotta be the Watcher.
I don't think that
With
they're
the-
going to make Deadpool that important
Right.
feeling. I feel like they're
It'd be
going
funny
to
if they
throw.
did.
Like, I think that they should just kind of throw Deadpool in somewhere where he just kind of
He just shows
there,
up.
and
Yeah.
they're like, he's like, hi, and just like dips. Like that would be like you'd introduce.
hi.
Like,
That's
That
what
shit.
that's what I was kind of hoping for Multiverse of Madness. Was just like we go to a universe where he pops his head and be like, oh, "Fuck this," and just leave out.
yeah, like that would have been cool. Like
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do it with like probably not gonna see him until we get the next Spider-Man movie. Just to have
That whole relationship.
yeah, because it's
Spider-Man,
Ryan Reynolds
Deadpool.
and Tom Holland, and
That's
they're
gonna
gonna,
be
it's gonna be
funny.
great.
It's gonna rival Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart,
Yes,
and it's gonna be fun.
Oh man, that's heavy. That's a big one. And you're right. You're definitely. I think
Absolutely.
you're definitely right.
and they could do like the full Team Red,
yeah.
which will be fun.
Yeah.
Team Insects,
Yeah.
Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Raid.
But they're gonna discontinue Paul Rudd, right? Like they said that Paul Rudd's not gonna be Ant-Man anymore.
We just gotta wait until Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I hope he dies.
I feel like he's got
I mean,
to.
I feel like that's like
got to.
that's the theory that's out there.
He's
Is like,
gotta go. He's the one that everybody would be real upset if died right now.
but like it's like possible. Like it's okay if he dies, right? Like there's. Those,
I mean, like
his daughter picks up the mantle.
well, his daughter becomes giant.
Yeah.
Cassie is a giant.
Yeah. Different character. There is
Yeah.
no like third.
It's not.
mantle
I
of
thought.
Ant-Man.
I thought it was like a power, but it's like similar power set,
More or less, but
But
like,
she just grows.
yeah.
right? Because of the the PIM technology.
So I mean, I don't know.
But I think
So, like,
just
he
for-
could
to
because of that
establish
reason, like, I
Kang
mean,
as
That evil.
as that dude, they gotta kill
Someone.
somebody
I mean-
important. They have to kill somebody that is an Avenger.
Yeah, and I mean,
Hank Pym, if they kill Hank Pym, I'll stand up and clap because it's Hank Pym.
we haven't. Well, I mean, we've gotten sort of a comic accurate Hank Pym. And what?
I mean, he's kind of an ass, but he's not as much of an ass as Hank Pym is in the actual comic.
Oh yeah, dude, Ultimate Hank Pym is a dick.
Yeah.
The worst.
the absolute worst.
The worst.
Why is he the worst for those of us
He's
that might want to
abusive.
know? That's what I thought.
I'll let you read it. It's really cool.
You talked about it
From
before.
the Ultimates, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just abusive and like
Which I mean, this is what they. That's what they. The Ultimates is what they base most of the MCU off of.
You've told me that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they should have kept a little bit more, but
I'm
I can
wondering,
do
like,
that.
you know, like people have been talking a lot about like the representation element within this whole Phase 4, right? Like the whole thing is about
yeah.
representation and like and all that. Like I'm wondering how they're going to continue that, and how do you use Deadpool to continue that?
Well, you have Blade,
Right.
which is still coming with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
There's in the X-Men we have Giancarlo Esposito, who's expressed wanting to play Professor X.
he's already in talks with Marvel. We
It's,
don't know who
what's
exactly
his,
who's going to play.
What's his face from Westworld?
No,
From The Boys.
the Giancarlo Esposito from The Boys, the boss who was just like, "You're nothing but a toy." Like he talks very.
Our favorite villain from
Yes.
from The Boys and from
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
The
Far
manager
Cry
in
6.
Pollo Loco.
Same character he plays in all these movies, but they're also different at the same
Yeah.
time.
He's
Also still very intimidating.
I think it'd be
Very
interesting to see him as a good guy.
I think that's why he wants to. That's why he wants to rally for
I think
Professor X.
I think that'll be really cool to see him as Professor X. It'll be gritty, which will be nice.
Yeah.
But I feel like if they go that route, because I had originally pegged him to play Doom,
which just also be very good.
but I don't know. I think they're going and making Doom a very large
But
man.
see, Doctor Doom in the original was just so freaking petty to me. His like,
Which is why I thought Giancarlo Esposito just sitting there in that mask.
but he's not petty. He's calculated. He's so much more calculated than petty.
Giancarlo Esposito as
Could
Doctor
be.
Doom could. Yeah.
You remember in the boy like this past season of The Boys when he just takes his leave of absence and he's like, "Fine, you deal with it."
Right.
True.
Like,
That, and I mean, every time he just rips Homelander a new one, it's just like, "You're nothing but a toy. I
Yeah.
don't need you." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, he would've
I mean,
been-
no, I'm not saying. He definitely knows how to bring people down to scale. Like
just
that's,
imagine-
that-
just
that's-
imagine,
like
like,
Doom
Different
would need
character,
to be
it's
able
not
to
the same
do that.
character.
yeah.
But I think the
But on
MCU's
top of
gonna
him
go
having
with,
just
like,
his electromagnetic powers and
an Adam Driver-ish type person for Doctor Doom.
Adam Driver is Doctor Doom.
I would like Adam Driver as Doctor Doom.
Because he's not, and I don't know why they keep making Doctor Doom a necessarily good-looking guy. And I mean, Adam Driver he's a nice-looking guy, but like, exactly. That's what that makes. Like, we need somebody
But he's
that's
imposing. We know he can be scary,
right?
Because we saw glimpses of it when he was Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
He's also
still think
can
he a
be
little
like
bitch boy,
Quiet
Kylo
Fury
Ren.
enough to be.
He was in the Marines.
He was in the Marines. That movie that he made with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. The night movie, The Last Duel.
Well, I've heard things about his like evilness in that.
He, like watching him in that movie is. Don't watch that.
I mean, it's
movie.
dark. It's dark.
It's long and not a lot happens. But Adam Driver,
I mean, he has
is
a
an
rape
incredible
scene. I know he has
bad
a rape
guy.
scene.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
But as a villain, he's really good. But I think that, and also the Fantastic Four mean a lot to me, so I'm very impassioned about who they get to play Doom. I just think they need to do.
I'm just ready for D23 so we can hear who they cast as at least the Fantastic Four.
I think it's Penn Badgley.
I still think it's John Krasinski.
I would be very happy with John Krasinski. I don't know if they'll recycle him. Just because they don't like to recycle like that. They don't. Like
all I know is stayed swole.
Yeah, he has stayed pretty swole.
He stayed swole.
And they like
Daddy Krasinski.
He has also like signed something with them.
Got to.
We don't know what, but he is like signed to do a couple of movies with them.
Like a continual after.
Now, it would be funny that
Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, it would be funny. He'd be Doctor Doom, and we just not know
He'd
it.
be a cool Doom.
Yeah.
But I don't think he can be as much of a dick as I need Reed Richards to be. Just because, like, but like it's John Krasinski.
I think
and
he
like
can.
everybody loves John Krasinski.
Yeah, everybody
you
does.
can learn to love to hate him. I mean, people started to hate him like towards the end of the
see
Office.
how he is in
He could be a
in
dick
A
in The
Quiet
Office.
Place, like as a dad.
I think he could play the dick real well.
Yeah.
I mean, how he was in Multiverse of Madness, that was pretty dickish. I mean, you gonna say, hey, we don't have
but
this
like,
little problem with Wanda, like
Right.
This is the man that killed someone's family and then sent this person to the moon and just tried to blow him up. And then kicked Captain America out of the Illuminati, which is also pretty smart.
I feel like John Krasinski would do that.
Yeah. I also, you don't know.
But also, I would like to see Penn Badgley just go from like Joe real quick. Just go Joe mode real quick.
I think he could do it. It'd be cool. I don't want it. I need a good Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
If Michael Chiklis was still in his prime, I would love for him to come back as a thing because he was probably one of the perfect parts of Fantastic Four.
You mean the
Yeah,
original?
Yeah,
I loved him. Loved him.
Yeah.
Chris
Evans.
I was really hoping we were gonna get.
I still don't hate Chris Evans as
Chris Evans is a great Johnny Storm.
As Johnny Storm.
Honestly, like the four from the first Fantastic Four movie, like in the 2000s, not TV.
It held
was
good.
great.
Yeah,
I loved
good.
Jessica Alba as Sue, like
give him the MCU. Give him an MCU rewrite. It'd be a perfect cast,
Dude,
I thought they were gonna be in.
I like Silver Surfer. I'll be real with y'all. I did like Silver Surfer.
I hated how they did Galactus.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
yeah.
make him an actual person.
Yeah.
Him a
We
cloud.
now- I mean, we
we
now-
got the Shadow, and I was like,
You thought it was gonna happen?
but I was ready to see my big purple dude.
Right.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
teased
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
No,
yeah.
I
Like you
like
see
that.
his shadow, and then you see like his mouth,
Yeah.
like, gas
But
out.
here's the thing. We have the
They
Eternals.
make him
like,
a planet
The
eater.
Eternals
Like,
and like the God, the Celestials are like at their scale. Like we have that in MCU now. We can now do Galactus at like a slightly bigger scale than that.
yeah. I'm
Also-
wondering when we're gonna actually reference the fact
I
that
need
there's
to,
a
yeah. I need
There's
to-
a giant hand in head in the middle of the scene.
somebody's got to know about
It's
this.
been 3 movies and 2 series now.
Come on,
I
bro.
know there are
Like,
cruise
come
ships
on.
that make that crossing. There are planes that go over there. I don't know.
Hello?
The people are too nosy
It
now.
is 5,000 feet in the atmosphere.
Hey, world
We have
government.
reached the cruising altitude.
World government. We're just wondering. There's been ceramic fingers and head in the middle of this ocean.
World government like it was One Piece. You heard
I
that?
know what I said. World government. Whoever I need to talk to. There's ceramic fingers and head.
Who do y'all think is going to play Wolverine?
I saw a picture of the guy the guy who played Homelander.
I saw that too.
It looks dope. And
As
I kinda
Wolverine?
Yeah,
I
I saw that.
like it.
I'm good.
I kind of like it.
I still
He's
feel-
playing Dracula.
You're right. but I kind of like it as Wolverine. But also,
I don't
keep
but
mentioning
Eggsy from Kingsman.
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. I would
yeah.
love for him to play Wolverine
do
between
it.
him and Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh,
Because I can see Daniel Radcliffe bulking up. His American accent.
I mean,
is
he's
pretty
also he bulked up for Weird Al.
He
But
did.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he
if
did.
he's gonna get. I don't think Daniel Radcliffe can get Wolverine big though, because Wolverine. Like if you're
Wolverine's
gonna do
he's so
short
stocky.
Wolverine,
He's so stocky.
you gotta be.
You gotta be a
like-
square.
You
He's a
gotta be
short king.
swole.
You got to be a square.
People have teased Zac Efron, and I don't know.
Zac Efron would be good because he can.
He's
get
got
big.
the body hair.
he does.
Yeah.
And Zac Efron, I feel like can.
I mean,
act
he's
well
like a
enough
triangle,
to do
like
that,
you
yeah.
in in what Baywatch, he turns into like a little like his
Yeah,
upper body's a whole trapezoid, bro.
Yeah.
Like
he could get. Zac Efron could get big if he needed to.
Right.
I think if they do, and he's already in the MCU, so they can't. But I would have loved to see Tom Hardy do it. When he showed
I
up,
don't care, do it. I don't even care, do
I
it.
saw him. There's a picture of him after they finished filming The Dark Knight Rises, just like in a hat, and just like he still had like
Because
all
he
of
was
the
fucking
Bane muscle
swole from
on
being
it.
Bane,
And I
yeah.
was like, man, he'd be. He had like he had
Still
like
let
a
him do
beard,
it.
and
I
was
don't
like,
care.
man.
He could be Venom and Wolverine. I don't
could do
care.
it.
I don't care. I would,
Especially if they're trying to go for
Bring
like,
back
the
Terrence
older-
Howard.
I don't know. I think
We're going to be fighting these, man.
I understand like there are other mutants that we could talk about, but I like Wolverine, so I would. Who's
You know,
gonna
that's
play?
the one who people want.
You know who they're not going to cast as Scott Summers, but would be a great Scott Summers.
The
but
guy who
he's
played Scott Summers in the original.
yeah, but like I really
Jason
thought
Marsden
that
is his
like Ansel Elgort would be a great Scott Summers.
Yeah, but him problematic.
He is problematic.
So is Scott Summers.
Baby from Baby Driver.
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
sorry, I forgot
Sorry,
his
I
last
should have
name.
said
I
Cyclops.
sure forgot his last
My
name.
bad.
I'll be real about that. Cyclops. I want them to get old dude that played
Or Miles
the
Teller could do it,
opposite
too.
of Miley Cyrus in Hannah Montana movie. The dude
No.
that's got that southern
Oh,
accent.
you talking? Yeah.
Yeah, I want him to play Scott Summers.
No.
He plays MacGyver in the current MacGyver series. He played the older. He plays Scott Summers' older brother.
Yeah.
yeah, he played Scott Summers' older brother in X Men.
did.
Yeah, I want him to play it.
No. Who did you say? Who was your
She's mad
second?
because I said it was
Miles
Miley
Teller.
Cyrus.
I like Miles Teller.
Actually, no, I did see something, and it was a rumor that it was the guy in Top Gun who was like best friends with Miles Teller character.
Oh, you mean his enemy? Or not his enemy, but his like rival guy?
Well, no, that was the
Yeah.
dad. Now, like he was mad at.
No, but there was that other cocky guy.
Yeah, the other. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but yeah.
Oh.
What are their call signs? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't either.
It's a good movie.
Be cool,
It was
interesting.
Cool. It was cool.
But it's the guy. It's the other white guy with the
Yeah,
chisel face.
Yeah. I remember.
I really want to see Spike in live action whenever they do X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Spike was the black kid from X-Men 97 that literally grew spikes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to see him in live action. I don't really care who plays him. I just want to see him. in
Glenn
live action.
Powell is the actor's name.
Yeah, but there was a rumor
Hangman.
that he was. Yeah, there was a rumor. Yeah, there was a rumor that he was going to be. That he's going to be.
I mean, he-
Scott Summers.
He looks like an ass.
That's the point.
Yeah. Good.
Right.
But so does Miles Teller, and I love Miles Teller. Don't
You
I
know,
think Miles Teller would do a great.
you know
because
who
also-
could play Cyclops, and you know who I think would be a great Cyclops?
I mean, all
Austin
this X-Men
Butler.
talk does kind of like tie into the fact at the end of Miss Marvel.
Jay Ellis.
I don't want a black Cyclops. I'm sorry.
You don't.
It'd be weird.
All
I
right.
don't even be an asshole.
I feel like
Is
there is a character for Jay Ellis.
There definitely
Not
is.
Cyclops, but
It's not Cyclops though. I do hope that we get more of Josh
Insecure.
Brolin as Cable, because that is perfect casting.
It's perfect casting.
Who
Who would be-
Cable?
From Deadpool 2.
Thanos.
Yeah, no, I remember Cable, but
Cool it,
Thanos.
Thanos.
yeah,
The
yeah.
guy who
I,
played Thanos
yeah,
also played Cable.
yes, I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Who'd be Storm?
Oh,
Homegirl from Jurassic World, the new one.
Bring back, put in Issa Rae.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, I'd also get a Kiki Palmer Storm. I'm just gonna say that out loud for now.
I think they like African actresses.
Kiki Palmer playing Storm would be cool.
The attitude would be dope. The attitude, her voice would be hard to break away from Kiki Palmer.
I'm gonna say because we
but
need like an
that,
African accent for Aurora.
yeah.
I'm trying to think. Because there was somebody that like popped in my head immediately.
It's sad that you can't get anyone that was in the Black Panther cast.
Right.
Like,
Because
there's
Lupita would have been a great Storm.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. she
I'm
would've
so
been
mad that
Storm.
Chadwick died, so we couldn't get that like. I forgot what Lupita's name is in the movie, but
Nakia.
Nikita
We have
versus
2 Nakias in the MCU right now.
from Nikita
Nakia.
versus or just that fight and getting to see Lupita
Don't
be a bad
freeze.
guy. That would have been great.
like
I
a
never
deer,
freeze.
like a deer in the headlights.
I never freeze.
I never. He froze.
you froze so hard.
I'm trying to think who else would. Who's gonna play Jean Grey?
That's what I was just thinking about because
We don't have like
Jean Grey is one of my favorite.
They wasted the
characters.
last.
I mean,
one,
you can't
to be
use like
honest.
anybody from what was it, The Phoenix? That movie.
Yeah.
You can't use
Oh,
her.
like X-Men
No.
Origins and all that.
Sophie Turner. No.
Sophie
Turner.
Turner. Sophie Turner could have done a great job
She
if she
could've.
had better writing.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
She would have been.
she
great.
was great casting. It
Yeah.
was great casting.
She would have
for
been
her.
great.
Do we have another famous? Who's our new famous redhead? It's time.
It's time.
Who would play Jean Grey?
You could get.
Oh, what's her name? She played. She's black. She played Rue in Hunger Games.
Oh.
Amanda Stenberg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me her. No, give me her as Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
Give me her as Kitty Pryde.
Yeah.
Kitty Pryde phases through walls.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
She's in the original X-Men 3, right? I'm pretty sure.
She
Yeah.
was played by Elliot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elliot Page.
Mm-hmm.
My boy. No, go back. Jean Grey. Let's see.
I would have loved for Tom Holland to play Iceman.
Could have done it. I love Bob, like the guy. Oh, what's his name?
The twin.
Ashmore.
Yeah, the twin.
Sean.
The twin. Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, I always love him. That original cast was just one of the most
Apex
amazing.
Yeah.
Terrible director.
situations.
Apex cast.
I mean,
They made it work though.
it
The
works,
first
especially for
X-Men
the
movie
time.
holds up
especially for the time.
pretty well.
But we can go on and on.
Man, we can't go on and on, but what we're going to do now is take a quick break. You can go and hear a word from me in a couple seconds because it's going to be time for the weekly blur. Be right back, guys.
Be right back.
It's time for the weekly blur.
Welcome back. You could have told somebody. Like, he just did it on a whim. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Your gummer pile is getting better by the hour.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know what time it is. It's time
time.
for the weekly blurb, that part in the show where we talk about what? All the things.
All the things.
And whose turn is it today?
I believe it's mine.
Cool.
Hey.
Well, what you got for us, good buddy?
Well, you know what really grinds my gears?
Oh, wow. Good reference.
HBO Max and Discovery Plus. Just
Wrecking shit?
yeah. Putting everything on the chopping block and killing projects and
I hate that they
future
took out
of
all
everything.
the dang like originals that they came out with.
yeah, all
like,
the originals have gone away, like Pickle with Seth Rogen, and
it was a good story.
that was a good
Cool
story. Yeah. Just all the other ones came with. That's the only one that I remember watching and I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
Yeah.
But no, with the whole just
Merger?
the merger that's happening. Whoever I forgot the guy's name. That's I think it's something Zaslav or something like that. That's the new CEO of both Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
He basically was just like, all right, cancel it all, reboot it all, especially DC when it comes to the DC projects.
I mean, that's why we're getting the issues with like Catwoman or Batwoman and like
You know, Batgirl.
Batgirl.
Yeah, there's a difference.
There is.
But yeah, with Batgirl, that got canceled, and now it's just a tax write-off for DC and Warner Brothers. People are praying that Blue Beetle is still going to be continued to be made.
They have to have something
We have
for the community.
The Flash by not Dennis Villeneuve, the guy who directed It,
okay.
the new It. He directed Andy Muschietti.
Okay.
He's directing the Flash movie with a very problematic person,
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Their whole deal. We got that coming out. We got Shazam: Fury of the Gods. We got Black Adam. and Aquaman.
How you feel about Black Adam after that trailer?
It's 10 years overdue.
Mm.
They announced this movie 10 years ago. Like legitimately, not even. I'm not hyperbolating anything, whatever that word is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was announced 10 years ago. We just got it finally. It's supposed to be. It's The Rock's version of his like passion project, where like Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool.
You mean Scorpion King wasn't his passion project?
Of course it was, but it just overtops it. No, but it just I'm ready for the like. I need Kevin Feige at D23, and I saw Strawhead Goofy make a reference to that on TikTok. It was like, we go to D23, we see Kevin Feige come on stage, and you know he always wears hats that like talk about the movies or
reference
anything like that. But he just takes off one hat that has the Disney logo on it, and he puts DC on top, and just announces that Disney has bought DC. And he's taken over as lead, and we just go from there with their solid 10-year plan. That
what a moment! I hope we've predicted it like The Simpsons. What a moment that would have been. That would be holy crap.
Fingers crossed. I'm gonna try my best to watch the live stream of them when it all happens.
That can't happen. It would make Disney a monopoly.
Like
that is
they're already not
illegal.
Like they're already
like
not.
it matters.
But they wouldn't allow that purchase to happen.
I mean,
because
I guess
that would be,
because it's the two major
that would be
comic book franchises.
Of comic sales would belong to
Disney,
which
right.
would therefore monopolize the comic book
books
industry.
and
they would not allow that.
Interesting. Yeah, they
So,
couldn't.
Touchstone Pictures.
Let Kevin Feige have like
there's ways that
two
Disney
contracts with.
Could do it where they could like be like, oh, it's 20th Century Fox is its own thing again.
As if they sell it and
Yeah, they
To
could sell it
to a
themselves,
Disney
basically.
loyalist, basically.
Yeah, but
But that would take some maneuvering and finagling.
yeah.
So,
But just all that to say that I'm not depressed. I'm
frustrated?
disappointed and frustrated in HBO Max and Warner Brothers, and what's all going on behind the scenes there. And yeah, I yield my time.
all right. Thank you very much, bud.
Disappointed.
Well, to bring it to a happier note, I got to see Nope this weekend by one legendary Mr. Jordan Peele.
Nope.
Starring Miss Keke Palmer and
Daniel
Kaluuya, who, bro, both of them had some great roles. It was a different role for Keke Palmer. Like, never have I ever heard her cuss as much as she did in this film. I'm like, Aquila and the Bee was so far along from now.
you should watch some Keke Palmer interviews.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
Oh, she got a mouth.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
that's cool. Because I mean, like,
She a little sailor.
What?
that's
Yeah.
cool to know. Because I need that reference for future Keke Palmer parts, I'm sure, because like I'm
Keke
still
Palmer
kind of
is
like stuck
Fantastic.
in the fact that she was little Aquila and the Bee, and that was like 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
This
Yeah, I
was
was
like
gonna
20
say,
years
yeah.
ago.
I mean,
Almost.
We were children.
I know.
It's like 2006.
Maybe.
Yeah, so that like 15, 16 years ago. So like,
If that movie actually came out in 2006, somebody needs to.
I
give
hope
me a
you're
bag of
good.
Doritos.
I think you're good.
Good job, Brian.
Good
Was
job.
it for
bro.
real?
2006.
Somebody owes me a bag of Doritos.
But like watching her do her thing with Daniel Kaluuya, and I mean, what's his name that plays the father in the initial part of the movie? Thank you.
I ain't seen this movie yet.
I know. I'm trying. It's so bad that I can't remember his name right now because he plays like a dad in other movies.
Keith David.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, Dr. Facilier. My name.
The Gargoyle.
The Gargoyle.
The Gargoyle.
The Gargoyle
Yeah.
from Gargoyle.
Yeah, so
I like that he made his little appearance at the end of DuckTales. It was like, I'm alive.
But I love Keith David, and I mean he's not in the entire movie, but it's great when he is there. So like that was like super exciting, and
What an iconic voice.
I mean I'm not gonna give too many spoilers away.
You shouldn't give in.
I mean it's only been out for like 2 weeks at this point.
I still have yet to see it. I'm probably going to see it Thursday. I might see it. No, I work
I mean
tomorrow.
I highly recommend it. It's very different from Us. It's very different from Get Out. because us deals with class and stuff like that, and
I thought it was Get Out dealt with class.
Get Out dealt with race
In class.
but mostly about race.
Because he was just a painter.
Yeah, it was mostly about race though.
Sick.
And so that was they're just very different, because like this is, all I have to say is not of planet Earth, and that's kind of the hint that I have for the entire film.
So I got a question. How you feel about clouds?
Different.
Okay.
I feel so different.
Remember how you feel about clouds?
I'm not gonna lie, I feel different about them.
It got me looking at them like, what's going on? Like, I don't trust this.
Something's going on up there.
No,
I'm
it's
just saying.
sus. It's real sus. Like, these clouds just be there.
We
don't be questioning these clouds, fam.
I firmly believe that most meteor showers contain at least 1 or 2 UFOs.
I've got to.
Because there's no way that there's so much out there and there's nothing else.
We're not alone.
Come on now.
I
Exactly.
hate to turn this into a conspiracy theory podcast, but we're not alone, guys.
No, and I think that it goes
This week on Ancient Aliens.
Bro. So they like reference Ancient Aliens in the movie, which is really funny. They also reference like how they released all of those
aliens.
video files from like the naval ships, like all those things. They reference that in it, and I thought that was really cool. The soundtrack is really dope. It's got a lot of classic music in it as well, so that's really cool. And I'm pretty sure, like the trailer for the film really like talks about how like they highlight the first ever motion picture being that
Black
of a
Man
black
and a
man
horse, and he owned the farm with
and
all the
it was
stunt horses.
well, it's the who like the
She's the
Daniel,
descendant.
they're the descendants, right?
Yeah.
Like it keys in on that.
Hollywood,
kind of thing.
Haywood, Hollywood.
Yeah, and so like that was really cool. Like the historical element that's like present through it is pretty dope. Yeah, I wouldn't go into it expecting it to be anything like Get Out or Us, except for the fact that something's off the whole time you watch it.
Well, that's most of Jordan Peele's movies.
So like that, so that's the air. That's like the vibe throughout. Like you're just feeling like, okay, what's off? I don't know what's off, but I'm gonna find out, and it's gonna be wow when you do. So I highly recommend it. I give it.
Palmer does an Akira slide.
She does do
on
an
a
Akira
motorcycle.
slide. She does do an Akira slide. So that's pretty
Jordan
dope.
Peele put
It
that in
is
there.
dope. It's
That's
dope.
dope. But that's all I have.
Woo. Ryan, what you got? You said you got one for the podcast.
I do. So as we all know, One Piece is very important to me, and I
Do
also
you like
like
One Piece,
numbers.
Ryan?
Maybe
Okay.
just a little bit. So this past weekend in Japan and in France, One Piece Film Red, the newest motion picture of the One Piece property,
Saga.
premiered, and it is the second highest opening weekend in Japan
Heck yeah.
history. So
We love it.
So it surpassed Jujutsu Kaisen 0 by about 1 billion yen, and then it is behind Mugen Train by like 1.05 billion yen.
And that's just for opening weekend.
Just opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna surpass
Mugen Train.
Mugen Train. I don't think there will be another anime thing that will surpass Mugen Train.
I mean, it was pretty intense to see. I mean, like it was the hype behind it
I
was
don't
too
foresee
real.
that happening anytime soon. I mean, we saw that there's a Dragon Ball Super movie that got released
Yeah.
recently,
Mm-hmm.
and it did not do that great. And then
Well, we could have stopped Dragon Ball Super a while ago.
We could have stopped Dragon Ball.
So long ago.
Yeah.
So long ago.
But I think it was just cool. There have been some videos that have popped up on Twitter of like theater reactions to like some of the scenes in there, and it's
Oh,
been really cool.
that's
'Cause, like, people are
satisfying.
getting like buck in
That's
there.
satisfying.
There's like the people were like rushing the screen and like screaming and like and stuff. It was like a party. It was really cool.
Oh snap! Mosh pit
So I'm excited for it to get released
in the
stateside.
Americas.
Yeah. I think they said it's gonna be this fall at some point. So
Good deal.
I'm excited.
Making a Blerd survival guide trip. Field trip.
To
But
the couch.
But first, we got to do a Blerd Survival Guide trip to see Wakanda Forever, because that's just the trip.
Well, I mean, if One Piece come out before Wakanda Forever,
I was like, I'm not waiting that long to
Logistics.
see Red.
No. I'm saying not wait. I'm just saying like that has to happen though.
This is true.
Yeah,
We wearing white.
that was a given. What
We
you
wearing
mean?
white.
I gotta find some white pants.
Come on, I got you.
I know.
We'll go shopping soon.
I gotta find a white outfit. Period.
We all gonna get
Gosh.
dashikis.
White dashiki.
I'd do it.
I'm not gonna get a dashiki. I don't
I just
know
wanna get
the
a
cultural
dashiki, period.
context of a dashiki,
I just
so
wanna
I
get
don't
one,
want
So
to
you
do that.
can't wear one. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
I
don't
respect
understand
that.
it.
I respect that. Makes sense.
I wear a nice white suit though.
I might get an all white thobe.
I'll go to Men's Warehouse and rent a white tux.
Oh,
Pull up in that.
come on now. Come on now. But all right.
Get a white hood.
So Jeremy, where can the people find us?
Hey, Miriam, did you not have a weekly blur for us? You sure didn't. I just remember. My bad. So, the people, they can find us.
On what?
The Ottoman Empire.
If you don't already, you can find us on Facebook at
Blerd Survival Guide.
You can find us on Instagram at
Blerd Guide.
Blerd Survival Guide. You can find us on
Instagram.
Twitter and TikTok at Blerd Guide. You can also shop with us on Redbubble at Blerd Survival Guide Shop. And you can follow us on YouTube and watch this video.
At Blerd Survival Guide. And you can follow us on our personals at That Dancing Blerd.
And at Blerd Activist.
And other than that, keep
surviving, everybody.
Listen to the theme song. Assemble.
Oh, yeah.
Blerd Survival Guide Season 3, baby.
At Blerd Activist.
At That Dancing Blerd. We are back for another season of fun and love and all the things. Let's go. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. We got everything you need. Jeremy and Jay, a hell of a team. Comics, news, and everything in between. Birmingham, we own the scene. Come on and let's have a blast with the Black Nerds and the Black Podcast. This is a guide to help you last. We've got some topics to unmask. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Welcome back to the Blerd Survival Guide. Chill with us. Enjoy the ride. Perfect way to spend your time. 3, 2, 1. We going live. Appreciate you, Nick, for creating the beat and the lyrics and helping us out, buddy. Another Marbury production.
Shout out Marbury.
Thank you for your service.